everybody, it's Christina from Redefine Creative, and I'm back with kind of a quick and easy traveler's notebook spread. And this is for Wild Whisper Designs, and I'm playing around with the newer masculine collection, as well as the stamps from the Where to Next collection, which is a travel collection, but I'm not going to use it for travel today. So the reason I'm working in a traveler's notebook is I want to document these two pictures, and they are really kind of junky pictures. And they're really bright blue, and it's kind of hard to see what I'm trying to show in the picture, but it's an important story. And so it's going to go in kind of our homeschool adventure traveler's notebook that we have going on, telling the stories of what's happening in our lives right now. And so I printed the photos really small, which I'm hoping is going to help with them not being great quality pictures. And then I have this frame paper, and this is in that masculine collection from Wild Whisper Designs. And I love these frames, so I'm going to cut them apart and use 3 of them. So I have this white cardstock that's going to be kind of the base for my Traveler's Notebook page. And if you know me and my channel, and you've been watching me put together Traveler's Notebook pages, you know that I tend to create with them as one single layout, and then cut them apart is the last step. So I look at it almost like it's a little mini scrapbook page. So inside 2 of these little frames, I am going to put my photos, and then in the third one, I'm going to create a title box. And it works out perfectly because my smaller size photos fit really well in those frames. And then the third frame gives me just enough space to put my title. So I'm going to keep this layout pretty simple, which is pretty standard for what I like to do in my traveler's notebook. So I have this plaid paper, and I'm going to run that across both sides of the layout. And it's going to be just kind of below the halfway point. So I'm not doing any measuring, but I am going to keep my 2 pages together until the very end. And then underneath that, I'm going to go ahead and use that kind of like faux leather looking paper. And one of the benefits to kind of going with a color scheme like this and using these kind of darker, more muted natural colors is it makes my pictures not look quite so crazy bad and bright. Whereas if I were to take these pictures and pair them up with something that was like a pattern paper that was really bright and colorful, it would really pull you into that blue color of the photos. And that's not really what I want. So going with a like darker, more muted color palette really works well to kind of make these not so great photos okay. So what I'm thinking that I want to do is have these 2 photos inside the frames, and then the third one that has this mint color is going to be where my title is. But I decide that I feel like this white cardstock needs a little bit more of the grungy look to kind of go along with the feel of the rest of the layout. So I'm going to put some black ink, and this is just Midnight Ink from Catherine Pooler, around the edges of the layout to just, I don't know, grunge it up a little bit. I'm going to do that same look to my frames as I keep going to just keep some consistency there, because I want everything to flow together. And I feel like that grunginess also kind of makes my not so great looking photos okay. So these particular pictures were from this week, and with all of the kind of craziness in the world, my neighborhood, and not just my neighborhood, this is happening all over the United States, but we have lots of little kids who can't go to preschool and are missing school and daycare and friends and going to the park and all those kinds of things. So as a neighborhood, we have decided to do what are called teddy bear walks. And so they are encouraging all the people that live in the community to put some teddy bears in their windows and change them out every few days to show different ones, so that the parents of the little kids in our neighborhood can take them on these teddy bear hunts to find all of the different teddy bears that we have displayed in our neighborhood windows. So it's just kind of a fun little thing that we can do to kind of contribute and do something fun for the kids in our neighborhood. So my kids were having fun helping me pick out teddy bears to put in the windows. So we've got a Batman and we've got an astronaut for this round. And so I used this tiny little black alpha from Amy Tangerine to spell out teddy bear. And then I grabbed these green thickers that were from the Willow collection to spell out hunt. So we're going to have teddy bear hunt on that third frame, which fits perfectly, except that I need to overlap my H onto my photo in the middle. So once I get all those layered up, then I'm going to go ahead and fix the letter, and it looks perfect. It works really well in that spot. So if you have this particular pattern paper pack, that frame paper is really great for title elements. Now as I'm thinking about how I'm going to embellish this, I know that I want to leave that white space up at the top because I want to be able to do some journaling and tell this story. So I'm not going to put a whole lot of embellishing up there, which means I need to create another spot for an embellishment cluster. So I am going to stamp from the Where to Next collection, the little camera, and I'm stamping inside one of the frames that I didn't choose to use so that I can use a color background showing through that matches the plaid that I have on the page. And then because you can't see this teddy bear too great in this first picture, I thought it would be fun to take my black ink and use the frame from that stamp set and make a circle around where the teddy bear is so that it kind of draws you into seeing what's in that spot. And once you look for it, you can tell that there's a little astronaut under there. And I don't want it to be an absolutely perfect stamp job. I want it to be a little bit grungy to kind of match the rest of the feel of the layout. And then I'm going to go ahead and take just about half of it and stamp it again in this bottom right hand corner so that I have a spot to build an embellishment cluster down there. So I am leaving that white space at the top a little more blank. I know my journaling is going to go there, but I'm going to do that later off camera. So I'm going to fussy cut this little camera that I did on that pale yellow, like, innard of the frame, and I'm going to put it on a piece of little foam adhesive, and that and the frame I made at the bottom are going to kind of be my bigger embellishment cluster for this particular layout. So once I get that foam adhesive on there, then I'm just going to look for some little things that I can do to embellish this layout. So I go ahead and pull out a bunch of enamel dots and puffy stickers. I don't want to add a ton because, like I said, I keep my traveler's notebook layouts pretty simple. I do have this little fox puffy sticker that really doesn't have anything to do with the teddy bear hunt or anything on the page, except for the fact that I love that he is sitting and staring up, because we are encouraging the little kids to look like up and down and all around to see if they can see where the teddy bears are hidden. So him just like sitting there gazing up at the pictures we have of the teddy bears just seemed a little too perfect, so I knew I had to use him. So then I grabbed a couple little hearts from that set as well. I thought about using these little number stickers that are like hotel key, like key fobs. I go ahead and grab some arrows, and that's basically going to do it for the puffy stickers. I am going to add some black enamel dots, so I'm going to put 3 of those in each cluster. And as you can tell, all of my tiny ones are gone, so I'm reduced to using the medium, which are not my favorite size of enamel dot. But then I am going to grab some Nuvo drops in this nice yellow color, and I'm going to add a couple of those to each of my clusters as well. And that's basically going to do it for this particular layout. Once I am off screen, I am going to go ahead and finish the journaling up in that top white space, and then I'll just cut this layout in half and glue it directly into my traveler's notebook. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing how this particular layout came together. If you want to check out the masculine collection or the Where to Next stamp set from Wild Whisper Designs, there are some links and a coupon code down below, and I'll see you soon. Bye!